Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Keisha, and I am finally in my new house. I'm so excited to be giving you guys a whimsical, witchy house tour now that I'm settled in. I can't actually kind of believe it. So, I've chatted about this in previous videos of mine on the channel that my girlfriend and I were moving again, but to a new city, a city that I never thought I could see myself moving back to. And yet I'm so thrilled and excited to be here. And of course, because we were moving, that means a whole new layout, a whole new place to decorate and set up in a way that's just so me. And it took a long time. I'll be very honest with you guys. It took the longest out of any move I've ever done. I think it was like 5 full days. I'm talking, the moving day, we woke up, filled the whole 26-foot U-Haul with all of our stuff, made the drive, parked in a downtown. So your girls never lived in a downtown before. So, of course, it's like a little bit busier, a little bit more congested. It was kind of the afternoon. So it was bumping. Getting our stuff into, into the place was actually such an ordeal. I'm talking like parked, walking, furniture through a crosswalk. Picture this: mattress in a zip cover, zipper blows midway, bed sheets all over the street, random strangers helping us. It was very much a vibe, but we finally got everything in and then just got to work because the layout here is a little bit different than anything I've ever lived in before. So where I'm standing right now is kind of right where you come through the front door, and I'll show you guys in a minute here. But we come right into the living room with the kitchen on the upstairs, and then you go down the stairs, and that's where the bedroom and the office and the bathroom lives. So it's been really fun taking what I own and making it cozy in this space. If I learned anything about this move, it's the fact that I have acquired a lot of stuff. Too much stuff almost. So I really only lived where I was previously for 2.5 years, but somehow in that time I managed to accumulate so much stuff. Like, yes, I have lots of decor boxes, which thankfully I was able to kind of hide in a little storage area in this new space. But I'm really coming to a place now where I feel very whole and like I really don't need anything. And this moving process has helped me get there. Because I think I've mentioned before, but I don't want my channel to feel very like consumerist heavy. That doesn't mean I'm never going to buy anything, but I really don't want that to be the focus. So this was a good exercise in appreciating what I have, cleaning it up, putting it in a fresh new room or space, and having it feel light and different. So I'm really excited for you guys to be here. I'm really excited to show you what I've been working so hard on since the move to kind of get it set up and feeling very whimsical and witchy in a very Keisha-esque way. So let's get at it, you guys. Let's take a peek. We'll see what I've got cooking up here, and I'm so excited to show you guys. So when you walk in the front door, slightly over to the left is this little nook that we decided to set up for reading, with a chair that used to be in my counseling office with a little lamp and side table right by the window. And then, can you guys actually believe it? We have a fireplace. I've always wanted a fireplace in my home and just never lived anywhere that had one, but I am so excited for the fall and the winter to feel so cozy as I'm reading by the fire, maybe looking out the window, watching it snow. I just feel like it's going to be perfect, you guys. So I did set up on top here some decor. So we've got some of my plants, which this space is so hot. I feel like I've been having to water them like so much more frequently. So my plants are certainly getting used to the space, but I've added some decor pieces here with my little plants, and it just feels very whimsical with the greenery.
We also decided to bring the bookcase upstairs, and I think it's honestly in the perfect little spot here, right in between the fireplace and the couch. So you can grab a book if you want to read it. It's got more fake and real plants on it. And this is my favorite way that I've decorated this bookcase since I've got it. So this is making me feel very happy. It's super colorful and it just feels right for the space. If you turn over to the right, can you spot a little Boo and Teeny sleeping on the couch because they're so precious? So, this is the living room space. I ended up, we had this furniture in the last place, so the kind of teal colored velvet sofa with the pink velvet armchair. But we did change the coffee table. So, this is a coffee table that I had in my office as well. And I absolutely love it. It was a Facebook marketplace find, and the gal that I picked it up from said her friend had refurbished it and used lace to create the pattern on top. And it honestly works. I was a little bit worried it would be too busy in this space, but it fits perfectly, and we needed to get rid of our old coffee table. So I'm very pleased with this setup here. Then on this little wall over here, we have this little entryway table, and I put one of my pothos on it because he's just thriving and absolutely loves it here. We didn't put anything on the wall because we end up putting our projector here so that we can watch TV shows and movies, and honestly, it's kind of perfect. And then as we go over here, we've got our front closet. So it's mirrored, which is nice. You can kind of like check out your outfit. Looks great. Before you leave the house, because we ended up putting our other full length mirror downstairs. Next, we've got our kitchen here, you guys. Don't mind the sirens, downtown living. So we've got our kitchen over here. It's very open and spacious. I really can appreciate the layout of this kitchen. So I haven't quite decorated it to my liking. I'm still kind of figuring out what works best for us. But over here at the end of the island is our little coffee station and a little bowl of fruit, a little rogue bin to the left of the coffee station with keys and that kind of thing. I don't necessarily love it having that bin there, but I'm still trying to figure out something that makes more sense so I can organize it differently. And then over here is the other side of the kitchen. We've got a nice big fridge, and I decided to hang my little pothos guy here just because it felt like the perfect spot for him as he's getting really long. And I love him here. Hi, little pothos.
So over here is our little kitchen nook. We moved in and this wallpaper was already here, which I think is super fun and just kind of adds like a pop of color and a fun little element. And our table does work in this space for right now, but we've been really chatting about getting one of those, I think they're called tulip tables. So a round table with kind of tulip like stem base and then some chairs that could go around it, maybe a little breakfast nook bench. Because as you can see, if I go to use this table right now, there's not a lot of space. I feel a little bit squished on either side. So we definitely want to get a new table in here. We just need to get rid of this one first because moving into a condo downtown, again, we went from being in a bigger space to a smaller space, and we just can't have two kitchen tables in here at the same time. So we have to sell this one and then get another one in here. And I think it'll just kind of open up the flow and the feng shui of the kitchen a little bit more. But of course, I did throw a table runner on it. It's kind of banged up. It got even more banged up in the move. And a little vase with, honestly, it's having an identity crisis. It's got some fake flowers, some lavender that my friend got me, and then some little white pumpkins because it's summer/summerween in my brain. So this is our breakfast area. It works for now, but it is one of the rooms and spaces in the house that I'm working on making just a little bit better. And then, of course, as we continue to live here, maybe I'll find and thrift cute little pieces that I can put on the walls. But for now it works, you guys. It's somewhere where we can eat.
Now, just around the corner from the eating nook is our staircase, and we actually had somebody come and install these dog gates because Boo, of course, cannot see now as he's almost 16 and blind. So we had somebody come in and install these. Honestly, they're so great. You can just kind of like pop it open. I think it's already open. And then open it up here. We like to joke that we're coming in and out of the club here, my girlfriend and I. And then I put some artwork on the wall going down the stairs to the bottom level. So let's go check it out, you guys. So we came down to the bottom of the stairs. I've got my full-length article mirror here with a little fake plant. And then this is our downstairs hallway. Probably should have moved the vacuum. That doesn't look super cute. That's okay. It's actually living, you guys. We actually live here. So the first door on the left is our bedroom. And it's a nice little space. Originally, we thought, maybe we'd get a king-size bed in here, but I think it would just be too full if we did that. So we've got our queen bed in here. I've hung one plant down here, and then my little peace lily guy here because they don't need a ton of light. So we've also got our little patio outside, which we have really no patio furniture yet, so that's another project for me to work on. But here is the wall behind the bed with my moon wreath, my little sconces, and some beautiful artwork that I picked up. We've got the floral bed sheets and kind of, I don't know what print this is, but this rug that I picked up specifically for my bedroom when we moved into the last place because there was no carpet. And with little chihuahuas, especially ones that are older, they need something soft to kind of walk on. So we did that, and then we've got this gallery wall that's kind of starting. I'm sure over time it's going to grow a little bit. But for right now, this is what we're working with. And then I really love my little witchy altar that I set up here. So it's got everything that I use for my moon rituals, some dried flowers, tarot cards, taper candles, crystals, really, anything that I would use when I'm doing my monthly moon ritual. So I'm loving the way that I set this up here. And again, I didn't put anything on this little wall here because we'll bring down the projector and watch things in bed. So this little wall is kind of perfect for that. And we are very lucky because we've got this little outdoor patio. I really want to turn it into a bit of a vibe. So it's got this greenery to give a little bit of privacy from the neighbors, some of the wooden slats and fake grass. And then really the only thing we have out here right now is our barbecue. But my plan is to kind of get like one of those, I think they're little outdoor love seats, or maybe like a long little lounger that you can just hang out with a little side table, read a book, have a coffee. I want to hang some little string lights out here and make it a whole vibe. But again, I've got some projects in this new place to work on, you guys, and this is definitely one of them. So call me crazy, but this is our little closet area, and I've been working so hard to make this feel like an actual room because, as you can see, there was nowhere to hang anything when we moved in. So I ended up going to IKEA actually and picking up this little wardrobe organizer, and it's been perfect for what we need. We might end up picking up another one, but it's nice and long there. There was a second shelf that I could have built, but I wanted a little bit more length for some of our longer pieces. And it's honestly great. It's really working for what we need right now, so I'm super happy with it. And then over here, because I wanted to make this closet feel like really a vibe, like a little space you can just like go in and get ready in the morning, I had an extra Nespresso machine for my office, so I ended up creating like a little coffee station here. And then I ordered this dresser from Amazon because, oh my gosh, I was having such a time trying to find a dresser on Facebook Marketplace. Apparently, they're a really hot commodity. And I was trying to meet up with like 4 different people, and they all ended up selling the dresser before I could pick it up. So this one was like $150. It's honestly perfect for the space. And then on this opposite wall here, I refurbished this secretary desk. My goodness, probably like 3 years ago now. It originally had one of the hutches on the front that would fold out that you could use as a desk. And we did use it as a desk for quite a few years until honestly earlier this year. It just wasn't meeting our needs the same way. So I had my girlfriend take off the folding hutch, and then I gave it some touch ups because it got banged up in the move. And we've just been using it as a dresser. So it's not the most ideal considering it doesn't actually have sliders. It's just an old wooden secretary desk where the drawers kind of pull out funny, but I think it looks really cute in this space. And we honestly didn't need to actually buy anything new. We could just kind of repurpose it, and I love that. And then over here is another really exciting piece of this closet for me because I, for years, have been doing my makeup in the bathroom sink, or if the sink wasn't actually big enough for me to sit on it, I would just sit on a pillow on the floor. But I have a proper vanity, you guys. I picked up this little white desk and this little chair from a gal on Marketplace. It's basically like mint condition. And then I also picked up this IKEA mirror. If you know, you know, if you grew up in the 90s, this mosaic mirror is like so nostalgic, very much a throwback. Picked it up from a girl on Marketplace and created my own little vanity setup. And I get ready every morning here now, you guys, and it's amazing. Next is the bathroom, and honestly, I'm so excited about this curtain that I ordered on Amazon before we moved because my girlfriend had mentioned to me that the bathroom felt like it was having a bit of an identity crisis. So I kind of decided we already have some really colorful pieces with the, like the pink, blue, orange, purple towels, these little like flower rugs, that I just wanted it to be quite eccentric and kind of kitschy. And then somewhere along the way, skeletons started making their way in here. So we've got this really cute little skeleton wearing cowboy boots on the phone and on the toilet. That we found at Michael's, and we just thought it was so cute. This was like a couple years ago, so I brought it out of the Halloween box, and she lives up here now. I don't quite love, the fake plant's great. The little fake taper candles are cool. This vase feels like it doesn't belong up here, but I honestly didn't know where else to put it, so I might have to rejig some things. And then we also ended up bringing in this shelf for all of our little face products. And then another little skeleton. I know he's reading a book, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in the bathroom because I don't read in here, but the vibes of the bathroom have turned out to be like colorful, eclectic skeletons. So yeah, this is the bathroom, you guys. Here she is in all her glory. What I do love is that we have a much larger sink area for us to wash our face, brush our teeth. The last house, it was quite small, so that's really nice that we've got more space there. I brought a little salt rock lamp in here for night vibes, and then I just hung this little wicker basket on the wall here with some face cloths and lotions, and hung a little bit of fairy lights here, you guys, so I'll show you the night vibes. I know I need to change the batteries in those, so maybe I'll do that and then show you guys the night vibes. So it's a lot softer of a light with the little fairy lights and the salt rock lamp, but it's nice when you're washing your face. I much prefer this to the harsh overhead lighting. So I'll keep working with the lighting in the bathroom, but for now, this is what we got. Okay, I know I said that the closet was one of my favorite rooms in the new place, but look at the office, you guys. I'm just so happy with the way that it turned out. I ended up making this gallery wall over top of the little day bed or spare bed if we have guests to come and visit. And I just love it. I love the big centerpiece in the middle with the kind of sparkly feathers that honestly I think I got at the dollar store, but I ended up bringing in my little hummingbird shelf from the office, hanging my Valentine's Day wreath, and just making it a kind of gallery wall with different elements and 3D pieces. And then I ended up hanging my little hummingbird art mobile installation that I think I honestly made that before I even moved many years ago. And I've just been kind of bringing it around with me, but it works perfectly. It's very me. It's kind of like a little fairy garden in here, is what it feels like. And then I thrifted this rug off Facebook Marketplace, and it just feels like it ties the whole room in together perfectly. I love the color, I love the print, and I loved the price. It was like only $50. And then over here, I ended up going through a lot of my craft stuff, and I made a little craft cart for myself. So I threw a bunch of stuff away that I don't use. I've got my little art supplies and craft cart here. Then if we zoom over to the other side wall, it used to be an altar. Now it's just turned into like a little bookcase with some of my books. And then on the opposite wall over here is the desk. So this is where I see clients or just plug away on work and admin stuff, editing videos. I've got this big white blank wall that I have absolutely no idea what to do with, but I trust myself to be able to figure it out at some point. And this is the office. My little sound machine plugged in over here, you guys. So when I see clients, I actually really like to turn this on. It's got this little light and you can make different sounds, but I believe this one for me is the babbling brook, and I love it, so I leave it. But this is the office. Super happy. As you can tell, there's no window in here, so it is kind of naturally very moody lighting. I mean, it has an overhead light and a fan, thankfully, which is great, but I don't use the overhead light often. You know me, I love my lamps. So, it's just beautiful. Let's just admire it together, you guys. And then we've got our little laundry room here. It's a little bit of a shit show, not gonna lie, but washer and dryer, extra puzzles and games, laundry detergent, extra sheets and blankets. We've got my bike in here as well. And then there's some like extra storage over here for little, like house odds and sods, which again, super grateful for the space to kind of organize things. And then lastly, I don't know how good of an angle I can get in here, you guys. This is the crawl space underneath the stairs, and this is where I ended up putting a bunch of decor boxes, like the dog's travel bags, like extra toilet paper, that kind of thing. But thankfully, it's actually quite deep back there, so it fit like, I don't know how many boxes, but quite a few. And then I have access and can kind of pull from different seasonal decor as I need to decorate with it.
And that's a wrap, you guys. This is my new space. I'm absolutely in love with it. Thank you for coming on a little house tour with me. I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys watching. And if I have any other fellow home decor girlies, whimsical, witchy girls out there that have any recommendations or suggestions on, the patio, the closet that's a little bit unfinished, any any ideas or creative inspo that you could share with me in terms of how I could make my home a little bit more functional and a little bit more magical? I'm always open to feedback. And thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited to actually be making my first video in the new space, coming at you through the month of August with more frequent and why can't I think of the word right now? Consistent consistent videos, because I know I've been all over the map with this move and just life in general, but I'm really excited to share with you guys as I explore my new city and get up to all sorts of fun things with my aerials and just being a downtown city gal. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying your summer, and I will see everybody in my next video. Bye guys.